What I have here is my ASUS X13 Flow that I broke a few days after buying and doing a video review on. I actually dropped this laptop when I was at work. It fell directly on the corner of the laptop and in a very unfortunate position, and actually damaged the LCD screen underneath, damaged the glass, and it had a big black spot in the corner, and it was unusable. So I basically had the laptop for about a week and then broke it. That's the first time I've ever broken a laptop, and it was pretty devastating. I paid quite a bit for this laptop, and I was very impressed with it. And I was really upset that I broke it and had to potentially buy a new one or spend a lot of money to fix it. So that happened on October 20th. I actually contacted, I went on to computer Discord, one of the Discords there, and someone mentioned that ASUS actually has a really good warranty on some of their laptops, so specifically the ROG line has this specific thing called ADP, Accident Damage Protection, which actually is a 1-year warranty that covers physical damage to your laptop. And that sounds really too good to be true. But anyways, I called ASUS right away. Actually, I called their center and I asked for support. And this is on the same day that it actually broke. And what I did is I called the RMA center and got some information, and they said, I just told them straight up, I dropped my laptop and I broke the screen. And they said, is your product registered? I said, yes, I registered it actually about a week ago. And they set up an RMA for me. So what I did is I mailed this in, the laptop itself, for repair. And when I was speaking to the representative on the phone, they mentioned that depending on the status of my laptop, I might be eligible for ADP, which is Accident Damage Protection, meaning that the repairs would be free. You get one free of those within a year of owning the laptop, as long as it's registered and everything. So I actually sent it in. I got, that's on the 10th, I got an email from ASUS. This is over the weekend, so it was kind of a bad time that I sent it, on the 25th. So I sent it on the 21st. I got an email on the 25th that they had received my package with the RMA, that I already started the RMA before that. And they told me that, just need to read open. They told me that they had the package and, just basically sit tight. Throughout this process, I was getting emails regularly with every single step. So when they got the laptop, they gave me information on, that they got it and what process it was in. You could go into the link that they provided, and it gave you all the information on the status of it, like whether it's being repaired or that. So I got that first email a few days, I think it was actually the next day. Yeah, it was actually the next day that the product is in the repair phase, and that they were actually waiting on parts, because I guess the screen they don't just keep in stock. So I got a message saying, we're waiting on this screen to do the repair. The next day, I actually got a second email, which was detailing the damage. So I guess the representative took a picture of the damage in the corner and the screen, like on the bezel, and then on the screen itself, saying this is the damage. They gave me a quote to repair, which I think totaled up to about $500 with everything, all the parts, ordering things in, shipping back. But then at the bottom of this email, there was actually a little button that said, ADP, do you want to use your ADP? I clicked on that. It went through, made sure everything was eligible, wiped all of the cost, went down to 0, and then it sent that off just to be validated. The next day I got back a thing saying that it was being repaired. Once the screen arrived, the actual repairs went really quick. I think probably a day or two. Actually, it probably took about a day to repair the laptop once the actual screen was, arrived, and then they sent it out. So I got this today, which is what day is it today? The 2nd? No, the 3rd today, the 3rd of November. So essentially from the 21st of October to the 3rd, so a little over a week, about a week and a half was the whole process. This includes shipping halfway across the country, and this is Canada for context. Shipping it halfway across to Canada, so 2 days FedEx there, 2 days FedEx back. They got, I guess, the premium service or whatever, so it's quite quick. And then the actual repair was super fast once they had the item. So looks like it's really well packed. This is a really nice bubble wrap that I might actually keep. Really, really good. So you just include, there's some steps you have to do. You have to fill out the RMA form, put it on here with a checklist of what you need. You need to package your item really well. They do give you all this in an email that tells you, how to pack your item securely, what they need. So it's actually very straightforward. The representative got the RMA set up. She sent me all these documents in an email attachment. I just folded it through and sent in my laptop. So it was actually a very painless process. That's the first time I've ever warrantied. Well, I think that's the first time I've ever warrantied anything, to be honest, let alone a laptop. This is very well packed in there. Okay. And here we go. Here's the laptop. So I'm not sure what they did. All I know is that they apparently replaced the screen. Let's look at the bezel. It's got a nice little anti-scratch thing on it. They even covered the shiny part of the ROG so that I can, I guess they want that advertisement. That's actually a nice touch. So that didn't get scratched, which is really cool. So here is the damage. So the damage was actually to the bezel itself in this corner. So it was actually, it was dented and scratched, and the actual screen itself was cracked here. So just looking at this, it looks like they replaced the chassis here, the top cover and the screen underneath. It might actually just be, they fixed it at the hinges here. I'm not sure, but they might have just fixed it at the hinges there. Looks like there's some documentation, which is actually really cool. Either that or, they took this off, put the screen in, and closed it back up. But regardless, cosmetically flawless, like brand new, no damage there. And that big black spot, I'm assuming, will be fixed. Obviously, I haven't turned it on yet. Yeah, so it looks like there's some other documentation here. I've used up my ADP, so I don't have it anymore. There might be a way of buying more. I know I can extend my warranty. I still have the standard 1-year warranty. It doesn't invalidate the standard 1-year warranty. If there's something defective with the laptop, that is still covered. That's not used up, but I did use up my accident protection, which is fine for me. So I will actually show these, probably screenshots of these without my information, but I'll also show it on camera. So you can see here's the parts that were repaired. So there's a bunch of parts they needed, cosmetic damage on the mechanical parts, and paint, just generally damage, all the parts they needed, the LCD screen. Here's all the part details. But you can see here, once I did the ADP, everything went down to 0. So I would say when they say best-in-class warranty for at least these specific products, they're not lying about that. Very, very quick. The repair center being, a couple provinces over was really nice. If you're in Ontario, that's near Toronto. That's actually where the center is. It's in Markham, Ontario. At least that's what it said based on the shipping. So yeah, it would be even quicker if you were in Ontario or even across the border in the US, New York State or something. It might be even faster. There might be an American one, I'm not sure, but for Canadians, that's what it is. And here we go. So there's the screen, good as new. Previously, there was obviously a big black damage up here. I'm going to include images from the repair service and all that as well, but everything looks great. Screen looks completely brand new. The laptop is basically the day I bought it. So, this was pretty devastating. And they talk about it. People make mistakes. They drop their laptop. Mine actually was in a case, a full case that I got from Lenovo, which apparently is not good. But it fell off, landed right on the corner in the case, right there. And it wasn't even that high, maybe a foot, but it was just enough to cause damage, and the angle was terrible. So, that happens to people. And then with this type of laptop where you're paying, potentially $2,000 brand new, plus tax for your region. I mean, that's a lot of money, and it sucks when something like that breaks. So even if I had to pay for this, I would have actually done that because it still saves me well over $1,000. But then, having that one get out of jail free card is actually quite impressive. So overall, I'm actually very impressed with this ASUS RMA process, the warranty process, and it just places the company even higher in my books by having that offered. And I'm sure that a lot of people actually don't even know about it, to be honest. If I didn't find out about it, I would have looked it up and maybe they would have done something. But the reason I called in the first place was because I went online and someone mentioned it, and then I called them and they actually offered that ADP information to me. I didn't ask about it. I just called them and said, this happened to me. And she said, how long ago did you buy your laptop? I said, a week ago, and she said, well, you are most likely eligible for AVP then, and we'll get your RMA started. And then she explained what it is, how it works, and it was a super smooth process. So there you go. There's my basically warranty rundown from ASUS and my impressions on it.